Hey there, and welcome. You know that feeling when it seems like English grammar has all these secret rules that everyone else just gets? Well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to crack the code on 3 of the trickiest topics out there. And by the end of this, I promise you'll have the keys to unlock a much more natural, confident way of speaking. So let's dive right in.
So have you ever just stared at a sentence like this? I mean, you know the word hold, you know up, and you know out. But then you put them together and suddenly it's a mystery. One means delay, the other means to last. How does that even work? It's a super common frustration, and it's exactly the kind of puzzle we're going to solve today. Well, over the next few minutes, we're not only going to solve this puzzle, but 2 other big ones too. We'll look at phrasal verbs, conditionals, and future tenses. Our goal? To give you 3 simple keys that will make your English sound way more natural.
All right, first up, let's tackle this phrasal verb puzzle. I know, these combinations can seem completely random, but trust me, there are hidden patterns. You just have to know where to look. So let's start with the basics.
So what is a phrasal verb anyway? Well, think of it like a team-up. You take a normal verb, and it joins forces with a small word called a particle, words like up, out, on, or off. And the thing you have to remember is that this little particle, it's the secret sauce. It's not just for decoration. It totally transforms the verb's meaning.
Okay, and here is the secret weapon. These little particles often have a general vibe or a direction. Think about up. A lot of the time it suggests finishing something, right? Like eat up your dinner. Or it can mean appearing, like when your keys finally show up. But out often points to distributing something, like giving out flyers, or finding a result, like when you find out the truth. Now, these aren't 100% perfect rules, but they are fantastic clues to help you guess the meaning.
Let's put this to the test. Turn up. This uses that appearing idea we just talked about. I mean, your lost keys didn't literally float up, right? They just appeared. But what about turn out? If a story turned out to be true, it was proven to be true in the end. It's a totally different meaning, and it's all because of that tiny little word.
And we see the same kind of logic here. To give up means to quit, to stop completely. It's final. But give out? That can mean you distribute something until it's all gone, or maybe your old car's engine finally stops working because all its energy has been, given out. Once you start looking for these hidden patterns, they're everywhere.
Okay, ready for key number 2? Let's do it. We're heading to what I like to call the conditional crossroads. This is where you have to make a choice between 2 paths. Are you talking about something real and possible, or is it something totally imaginary? The path you pick changes the words you use. Seriously, to get conditionals right almost every time, you just need to ask yourself one simple question. Is this if situation a real possibility, or is it just a dream or an imaginary scenario? Your answer instantly tells you which grammar structure to grab.
So check this out. For real, possible situations, like hey, it might actually rain tomorrow, we use the first conditional. If it rains, we will stay home. Simple. But for unreal, imaginary situations, like winning the lottery, we have to shift gears to the second conditional. If I won, I would buy a house. See the pattern? Real possibility, if plus present, then will. Imaginary situation, if plus past, then would. That's the whole game right there.
And this is a super common mistake I see all the time, putting will in the if part of the sentence. Just remember, you never, ever put will in the if part. The if just sets up the situation. The will comes later to talk about the result. So it's always, if I see him, never, if I will see him.
All right, time for our third and final key, figuring out the future. English has a few different ways to talk about what's coming next, and choosing the right one isn't about luck. The secret here all comes down to one simple thing. When did you make the decision?
It's actually a pretty simple flowchart. Decision made on the spot right this second, use will. Was it a plan you made sometime before right now, use going to. And if it's a fixed plan you've actually arranged with someone else, like an appointment, you'll often use the present continuous. Let's see it in action.
Let me show you exactly what I mean. Imagine the phone rings. You didn't plan for it. You decide right then and there, I'll get it. That's a spontaneous decision, so you use will. Now say you decided last week to see your family. That's a prior plan. I'm going to visit my parents this weekend. And if you and your friend John have a time and place set, that's a fixed arrangement. I'm meeting John at 3. See? The timing of the decision changes everything.
Okay, here's a classic example you've probably heard or maybe even made. You're at a cafe, and the waiter asks what you want. You're deciding in that exact moment.
That's a spontaneous decision, so you should use will. I will have the tea, please. If you say I am going to have tea, it almost sounds like you woke up this morning with a grand plan to order tea, which, yeah, sounds a bit weird, right?
Okay, that was a lot, I know. So let's boil it all down. Let's do a quick recap of the 3 keys we've covered today, your new quick reference guide.
So here's your cheat sheet. Phrasal verbs? Look at the little word, the particle. It holds the clue. Conditionals? Just ask yourself, is this real or is it imaginary? That tells you if you need will or would. And for the future, it's all about when the decision was made. These 3 simple questions are basically your new grammar superpowers.
All right, so now the ball is in your court. You've got the keys, and you know how they work. The only real question is, which one of these keys are you going to try out first? Start listening for these patterns when people speak. You'll be amazed at what you hear. Thanks so much for joining me.